Hello, welcome to this episode of Ppd-Tv. I'm Altavis Love, Craighead Inspector with the Community Relations Division, and I'm normally here with Captain Sekou Kennebrew, but in the world of policing, life is so unpredictable. So today I have Officer Roz Talley with me from our Police Training Center. Hey Roz, how are you?
Hey girlfriend, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Inspector, for having me.
That's great. Tell us how long you've been at the our Police Training Center.
I've been there since 2017 now. It's almost 3 years next March.
Okay, so we're glad to have you here with us today.
I'm excited about being here.
Thank you. Today on Ppd-Tv, we have our recruitment unit join the Philly PD. We'd like you all to join us, be the change you want to see. And we also have Philly Run, where we actually connect with the community and we actually raise money to help the Philadelphia Police Department. And we also have a segment on perseverance. So thank you for joining us and welcome to Ppd-Tv.
Yes.
Welcome back to Ppd-Tv. I can't get the words out. Inspector Altavis Love, Craighead here. So guess what we have going on? Tomorrow, for our first time, we will be giving out candy on Halloween. We have given candy to all of the officers in the districts, and as they're on patrol, they'll be giving out candy to all the kids they see. So Roz, I know the last time you were here, you talked about Ronald McDonald House.
Yes.
And I have my trusty friend here, Show Your Stripes.
And here's his brother.
And his brother. Wow. So tell us, how'd that turn out?
It turned out really well. We were able to do $5,000 this year, not as much as we normally do.
$5,000.
$5,000 this
awesome.
year, and we are still actually counting. So it may be more because we still are open to receive donations.
Wow.
So that's how that works, and it's always a great opportunity.
So as you know, we walk around on the Ronald McDonald House Day.
Yes.
Show Your Stripes with all of these toys and
Inspector.
hats and ties. I'm not doing it, Roz.
Inspector, come on, let's show our stripes.
Forget it.
All right, I'll show my stripes.
I will have my friend here with me today, though.
I do this like, hopefully yeah. We match.
Okay. We match.
Wait, look at the tie. You see my tie?
Yes.
The tie?
Yes.
This is awesome.
So what that means is we do a lot in the Philadelphia Police Department, just like Roz raising money for the Ronald McDonald House. So today we have Sergeant Rob Ryan here with us today from our recruiting unit and background investigations. Hello, Sergeant. How are you?
Inspector. Hello, Roz. How are you?
I've known you for a long time.
Yes.
I don't remember when. I never remember when. When did we first meet? I know you know my husband, who's a captain on the job.
I do. I know him well. Probably when I was a new recruit.
Okay.
Yes.
And you know Roz.
Oh yeah, Sergeant Ryan and I started out at the academy together. Can you believe it?
We did, yes.
Time flew by.
Time flew by.
He's climbing the chains. I'm so proud of you.
So I'm proud of you also.
Yes.
So I know we're actually in a recruiting phase right now.
Yes, we are.
Tell us about that.
So we are in a current recruitment drive that lasts between now and December 6th. So anyone's looking to join the police department should log on to joinphillypd.com to submit an application. We have an opening that typically happens twice a year, and this is our fall recruitment drive. So we're in full effect, making sure the message is out there that anyone wants to join or anyone thinks they know if someone wants to join to certainly log on and fill out an application.
Right. So how do you go about finding people to recruit? What do you do?
So diversity is really is a big key for the police department. We always want people to represent the police department as when they were in the community, so it reflects the community, excuse me. So we typically go to a lot of colleges, career fairs, table setups, captain meetings, any community group, and as well as HBCUs. We go into the LGBT community, every part of the community is important to the police department because we reflect what we're looking for across the board.
Right.
So.
Speaking of diversity, I have some stats here. So the Philadelphia Police Department, we have 6,600 sworn officers, over 6,600, and 5,179 are male. Just about 25% are women. Right, women.
Yes, we represent.
And
Girl
about
power.
1/3 are African American, and we have about 10% that are Latino, and 2% Asian, and we have 7 Native Americans.
Yes.
And so with that being said, I know you are involved in a group that helps police officers, and you recruit police officers for your group. Tell us about that group. It's called GOAL.
Goal. So it's a Gay Officers Action League. It's an affinity group that helps represent the gay officers, LGBTQ members for the police force. One of the things about LGBTQ officers, they're sort of new to coming out on the force, don't always feel as comfortable coming out in the force. So GOAL really supports the recruitment efforts to get onto the force, but also to make sure that when they're on the force, they could live openly and honestly. And for the most part, you know, Philadelphia Police has done a great job of accepting members of the community. We have people who are in the academy now, they're LGBTQ, and everything seems to be going really well, which is nice to hear.
That's great. Sergeant Nicholas Tees works out of my office, and he's part of the LGBTQ community. And one of the things we're trying to do within community relations is make sure that we reach out to all aspects of our community and touch everybody in our community. So we want you.
Yes.
So, yes.
Yes.
How long have you been with the recruitment unit?
I've been there going almost 5 years.
Okay. And so who does the work in the recruitment unit? Who actually goes out to find the people? Because you're a supervisor.
So we have a small group, so I will go out to events as well. But every day, the officers in the recruitment unit are tasked with finding either it's career fairs, college fairs, table setups, and also building community trust and better relationships with going to community meetings. We go to areas where sometimes conversations can be tough.
Right.
But we sort of challenge the community to find the officers they want to see on the force and help us recruit. It's not just the officers, it's going to take the whole community to find those officers they want on the force. And typically, everyone is sort of eager to help.
Right. So I guess when you say you go to areas that are tough, you mean they don't necessarily immediately trust the police or don't have a connection to the police?
Both. I mean, sometimes there might be some trust issues. There might be just not a connection. So it's one of those things where, when we empower each other to have those conversations, we both walk away with, trying to do better for the
Right.
community and the police.
So what is required to get on the job at the police department?
So right now you have to be a minimum of 22 years of age or older if you were to get hired on the date of appointment. So someone could apply when they're 20. Our lists are good for 2 years. You have to have a high school diploma or equivalency, and you have to be a U.S. citizen at this time.
Okay.
We don't have an age cap, which is really good. So someone who was in their 40s, 50s, or even 60s who thought about the job of policing a long time ago or now, and they want to join the police force, they still can. And it's a different way to look at things because you have someone who's 22 versus someone who's 42, two different parts of their life,
Right.
but looking for the same goal.
Right. So what's the salary?
So the salary right now is bumped up. It's $54,856 in the police academy. If you were to get hired, you get paid to go to the police academy starting day one with full benefits. You begin to accrue vacation and sick time, and our academy lasts for 10 months at this time.
Okay.
Do you have any stipulations that, or anything that opens it up for like military or people that are a part of like the Explorers program? I get asked that all the time.
So if someone is a veteran and they have a DD-214, they will be awarded 10 points to the final score of their application. If they are a graduate of the Police Explorers program, they'll be awarded 3 points to their final score of their application. So there is benefits to be in the military or the Police Explorers program when it comes to the final application.
And the age still has to be 22 though?
It has to be
regardless?
22, yes.
Okay.
All right.
What do you find is some of your biggest challenges dealing with, I know you said that some people don't believe in police, but are there any other challenges that you face trying to recruit?
Well, I think one of the things is that opportunity, there's a lot of opportunity out there, so getting people to shift to think about the job of law enforcement is a little different. What it entails every day might not be what they see on TV. So have some of those honest conversations where this is not a job where typically people are calling to have lunch all the time.
Right.
You know, you're going to be in really stressful situations, but we need people to be able to be compassionate and show empathy about those issues with the citizens that's calling you. So there's some of the challenges. I think people sometimes look at TV and think that, you know, it's going to be solved in an hour. And things don't always turn out the way you want to in policing. You know, it's,
Right.
So how do people get in touch with you or your unit if they want to join the police department?
So one of the things is the joinphillypd.com website. It has listed every there all the components, the hiring requirements. There's a video for the physical agility test, what you have to go through, or they can always call 215-683-2677 or COPS, which is spelled out, and speak to a recruiter.
Okay. Are you on social media?
We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter and Instagram. So.
Okay. I was just going to also add that being an instructor at the police academy, at this time, I think that it's a great time for people to come on. And earlier you had mentioned being a change, but in order for you to be a change, guys, you have to apply. You can change things. You can definitely work on things. There are things that we can present together. We may not have the idea that that person may have, like coming in, and I'm always trying to encourage people to let them know that this is a great opportunity, but you have to be willing to love people first.
Right, right.
You know.
Sounds good. You know, it's great having you here. You gave us a lot of information. If you are interested in joining the Philadelphia Police Department, once again, give that number again.
It's 215-683-COPS or 2677.
Awesome.
All right, sounds good. So now, thank you, Sergeant Ryan,
you.
for being here. The Philadelphia Police Foundation, they actually raise money for the Philadelphia Police Department. And what they do is get much needed equipment that we need. Anywhere we need help with resources, they try to fill the gap for us. And so Run for Blue is the first annual event that they had where they ran along Market Street to raise money for the Philadelphia Police Department. It was this past Sunday. We're going to give you a little review of what that looked like.
Participating in the first annual Market Street Run for Blue. Get on your mark. Get set.
Any race with a good cause is a good race to run. So that's definitely why I did this race.
You know, it's a great cause, and I love that it's up and down Market Street. I love running in the roads when they close down the streets.
Well, like I said, it means a lot. Even just beyond my dad, like I'm running for so many other people, like so many other police families, even the ones who are fallen, especially, because you know, it's a sacrifice for the families and for the police officers.
I have a neighbor that's a police officer for Philadelphia, and he was in an incident, the shooting, and I just wanted to come out here and show that I can run for him.
We got it. It happened. It was rainy and wet, but we had 1,000 people out there. It raised $140,000 onward and upward from here.
It was a lot of hard work, but I did it. Had my brother in my mind. Gotta go, Andy Chan strong.
I'm just so proud and so blessed. I feel so happy.
And these are the quiet heroes that came out to say thank you to the men and women in blue.
The thought that in a couple years this will be even bigger than it is now. This is the inaugural run. Runners come out rain or shine, so it's nice to see so much support for law enforcement.
Welcome back to Ppd-Tv. So earlier we mentioned perseverance, and we know on this job perseverance is a big deal for us because life is ever changing in the world of Philadelphia policing. That's because of all the activities and the incidents and the things that go on the street that we have to deal with. And I had an opportunity, Roz, to meet, I've known Officer Edwina Ferguson for a while. I've known her since she first joined the job. I was a sergeant, and I was one of her first supervisors.
Wow.
Back at the 19th District in West Philly. But I had an opportunity to sit with her recently. She applied for the Community Relations Division, and I actually interviewed her. And it was during that time that she sat down with me and almost told me her whole life story.
Beautiful.
And I was really amazed at what she shared with me. So welcome, Officer Ferguson. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Edwina.
Hi, how you doing?
You know what? It's funny. I just met you 5 minutes ago, but you are absolutely beautiful.
Thank
and
you.
We're gonna have fun, girl.
Okay.
Good girlfriend talk.
So I wanted her to come today because she talked about how she joined the police department and her life experience around that. And so you joined the Philadelphia Police Department when?
In 2004.
2004 was when I met you
Yes.
in the 19th District in
Nice.
West Philly.
Yes.
And so what part of the city did you live in at the time?
So I lived at that time 7th and Wallace when I actually met you in 2004. So
Okay.
I'm originally from South Philly. I moved to West Philly, Lansdowne Avenue, and when I moved to North Philly, I became a police officer, graduated the academy. They threw me right back in West Philly.
Wow.
So I was familiar with it. Was a good
Yes,
thing.
yes.
I knew the people in the area, and I got along with the community well.
Absolutely.
So what made you join the Philadelphia Police Department?
So what made me join the Philadelphia Police Department, to be honest, I needed a job.
Right. Okay.
So at 19, I was walking around with 3 kids, and I knew that wasn't the life for me.
Yes.
I needed something where I can hold my family down, do things in life that I knew my mother couldn't do.
All right.
So
Awesome.
that's what made me join the police academy. My mom was a single mother. She raised 3 kids. My father has been in jail since I was 5.
Wow.
And I watched my mom struggle. Back then, I didn't know it was a struggle. I thought it was just normal, you know.
Wow.
Some people look at me and say, your father's been in jail for... It was normal to me.
Right.
It was life. So I watched my mom struggle as I got older, and I knew I didn't want to be that woman. So I wanted a job that paid pretty decent, and that's how...
Benefits and everything else.
Benefits
I got you.
and everything, and I wanted to, you know, not go down the road that my mother went. And she did an excellent job.
No,
not
I
to
get
take
it.
anything from
I
her. She
get
did
it.
an excellent job with raising me, my sister, my brother, but I just wanted something rewarding, a job where I can actually buy a house or, you know, get a car note.
Right, right.
And that's what made me join.
So I know you bought a house, car note, but you've done a lot more. So tell us where you've been in the Philadelphia Police Department.
So I did 10 years in the 19th. I did about 3 years in the 18th.
And so tell us the part of the city that they are. Because some people don't know where the 18th district is. Some people may not know.
So I did 10 years in the 19th district, which is 61st and Haverford, West Philly. And then I went to the 18th district for about 2.5 years, which is 55th and Pine, West Philly also.
Sure.
I went down to the 1st district, briefly, South Philly, 24th and Wolf. And now I'm 1 month in the 12th district.
1 month in the 12th. Where's the 12th district?
65th and Woodland.
And you work
Last
out.
Last out.
We
in the
call
12th.
last out, but it's midnight to 8 a.m.
Right, right.
Right.
Wow. And how do those hours work for you?
It works. I mean, I was kicking and screaming when I first got there, like last out, 15 years, but I met some amazing people. The supervisors are great. The last out crew is wonderful in the 12th district, so I'm there. I have a lot on my plate. It took some time to adjust to the schedule, but my household is just so crazy. I live in a house with so it's me, my 4 biological children, my husband. My older children are by someone else. Their father had children with another woman after we broke up, of course.
Right.
Their mother wound up passing away.
Jeez.
And he couldn't raise the children on his own. So May the 22nd of this year, I actually adopted his children, my
God
children's
bless you.
younger
Wow.
siblings.
Wow.
So my house is so crazy, so hectic. So last out is kind of working. I
It
mean, I
works
love
better,
to
yes.
be there for them, to get them up for school and make sure that they're,
Yes.
but I mean, I got to do what I got to do. I got to go where they send me.
Right, right. But obviously, you all are working as a team, and it's
Yes,
working
yes,
for you.
yes,
That's
yes.
amazing.
Those are your bonus babies.
Who? Bonus babies.
Yes.
Yes.
So tell me, what made you apply for community relations?
So, when you asked me that question, you asked me one question, and I think I took over the interview.
She took over the interview.
Wow.
I was like this.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Because I was just so amazed at her story.
She had a yellow notepad, and she was writing down, I mean, it might have been like 5 pages when I was done. She was like, why here? And I went in.
Wow.
I was like, well, I feel like what we do as police officers, we donate to this organization and we donate to that organization and we come together when it's time to come together. And I'm like, why don't we give away a house? She was like, what? What?
I love that.
Give away a house?
I love that.
She was like, where are you going to get the money from? I'm like, it's almost 7,000 police officers. If we get $1 from each police officer and go to the auction, because I've been to the auction, we purchase a house, and there's so many police officers that have different talents. Some do plumbing, some do electrical. So we bring these police officers together. We get a house, fix it up.
Give it away.
And give it away.
That's beautiful.
Give it away.
That's beautiful.
I was like, what about, them game trucks? She was like, oh yeah, the game trucks. I was like, yeah, but not games. Suppose we do like maybe a reality-based training for the civilians so they can come in and see how it is to be a police officer. They step into this game truck and hit with a scenario.
Edwina, girlfriend.
Wow. I'm like a ball, my brain. I'm like
her brain doesn't stop
Yes, I
working.
love
Sometimes
that.
I can't go to sleep at night.
I'm
like,
that.
You remember when Tyler Perry took the kids to Disney?
Yes.
Why can't we do that?
Yes, and we can.
I know.
I'm with you on that one.
Can we just collect money and maybe every district or every division, or maybe if we could just send a family to Disney? I just started going off. She was right.
That's beautiful.
I just started thinking of so many ideas, or maybe like a sneaker exchange.
Oh my gosh.
We get people to donate sneakers, and we get the kids that need the sneakers.
Wow.
Bring them in.
Girlfriend, talking about thinking outside of a box.
I always do.
I love that.
That's just who I am.
I love it.
We get the sneakers. We get the kids, give them the sneakers. They take their sneakers off, and we donate their sneakers to Africa. Send them somewhere where it's needed.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I just started thinking of so much.
Wow.
And she gave me that leg to stand. She just sat back and let me talk.
I let her talk. I didn't know where to go from there.
This is the reason why I love Inspector Craighead anyway, because of the fact that she does a fantastic job by opening herself up or allowing people to be available. Like you allow people to come to you. She's available that way, which is amazing because it changes community relations. But Edwina, this is just awesome. And to be up under her, I think, wait, you getting in there, right? Like, come on.
I'm last out on the 12.
I hope this is a pull for her. She has to come. Oh my God.
So I ran down to where Deputy Commissioner Sullivan works. I was like, oh my God, you gotta hear about this girl. You gotta hear about this girl. So I made sure I stamped that paperwork.
Wow.
We don't always get to choose.
I'm impressed.
But I've been speaking Edwina Ferguson constantly because I'm just amazed at the work that she does when she has the opportunity and what she wants to do. And there's police officers like her all over the city that we often don't get to see or hear about. And so that's why it was important for you to be here so that people would know what you're about and what officers are about. And you do stuff on your own personal time too. Yeah. You got businesses. I don't know when she sleeps.
Beautiful.
So talk about a little bit more about what you do on your own time, if you don't mind.
So I actually own 2 daycares. Working on my 3rd, and
so proud of you.
Thank you.
Girl power, man. This is
awesome. I own a small cleaning company. Oh, and a couple rental properties.
A small cleaning
company. And a couple of rental properties.
Small because I don't like to clean.
I love that.
So when you own the business, you got to hire the people to do it. Normally, you do the business yourself, but I don't like to clean, so I don't really want to expand.
But you know, that speaks to the power of perseverance. Right. You pulling through from your situation that you were dealt and then coming out on top, but also providing opportunity to other people so that they can, advance their lives by employing them. I mean, that's just amazing.
Paying it forward.
Paying it forward.
I tell my staff all the time, I don't want you to work for me. I want you to have your own. Wow. It's so many people out here, they charge for this and charge to show you that. And I'm gonna give you the game for free. Right. I want you to be better than me. I'm gonna talk to you the way I'm gonna teach you the way I teach my kids.
Well, I like to be a student. I really would. I think you are absolutely amazing. Like, I'm blown away with the things that you're saying. I know that in community relations, it's so funny because you're like me. You see a need, you go for it. However, girlfriend, I'm like listening, like, wait, I'm ready to like take everything, and I'm just like here, like you just really like blew me away.
You look like me in the interview.
Yeah, like I'm like, wait, what? That's so amazing. Right. The funny part about just being a police officer, which I love about her transparency, like that's so awesome because we need officers like that to come forth. The funny thing is that they don't realize that we are as transparent as we are, and especially you. You're taking on a situation that you know wasn't yours, and you made it yours, and you've adopted. You didn't just, oh well, this is my thing, and you had this attitude. You took, like, what did they say when you have lemons, when you dealt lemonade. You made lemonade. Girlfriend, you made a big punch bowl full of it. And I'm loving how you've come through that. Like, I was going to ask you earlier, like, what do you think, like, some of your, like, your most rewarding work has been on the job? But shoot, I mean, I don't even have to ask you.
You don't have to ask.
You just answered it.
So let me ask you this. So police work is very challenging because we see some of the most horrible things. And sometimes the violence in the city can be a bit much. And so how does perseverance, how do you pull through? What do you do to persevere? What do you do to keep you going?
I just look at my surroundings, and I talk to every job I go on. I mean, if it take me an hour to write it up, that's because I'm talking. I'm not, you know, just doing nothing. I talk to the people, and I just try to let them in on my life. It's easy to, if I talk to someone, like I was pregnant at 16 years old. If I meet someone, a young girl, you know, that's going down the wrong path, I let them know, you don't want that road. You don't have to struggle.
Right.
You
don't
make
have
yourself
to.
Relatable.
Right.
Like that's what people need.
Right.
Like they need to know that the real people, there are real people in these uniforms, especially real women.
Right.
The inspector asked me, why do you stay? I said, because I feel like I can make a difference.
Awesome.
I feel like I can make a difference.
You made a difference on me in 5 seconds. I'm in love. Like, she's amazing. Wow.
All you have to do is sometimes is just open your mouth and ask, and that's
Right.
what she did. She said, why here?
Wow.
And
I've
I
never
got a
been asked
mouthful.
that question.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've never been asked.
Rise. So I'd like to talk about something a little personal for me. Violence and safety in the city is overwhelming for me sometimes. And I lost my brother in the city in 1997. My only brother, Emir Green, was murdered. And so for me, I'm always constantly figuring out a way to keep myself going, to keep my head up. Sometimes the violence overwhelms me, and when I see it, I have to kind of reconfigure me to get through.
Yes.
And so I just wanted to say to you, Officer Ferguson, and you Rise, that perseverance is important, and I can see how you two have persevered and kept going in this career.
Yes.
But for the community at large, violence affects all of us. And what I wish to share with everybody in the community is that we have to support each other, be one with each other, and keep each other going, to be safe, to stay safe from violence, but also just to support one another. It's often challenging in the police department when officers see the daily violence. There's so many of us.
Yes.
Sometimes we can get lost in the cracks and people aren't there for each other.
Right.
But for the police department, I want to say we're there for you, but for the community, we're there for you as well. Everybody, please stay safe out there, and thank you for joining us on Ppd-Tv.
Awesome.